Hey everyone, it's Elizabeth here. So I just got back from rock climbing and it's a really beautiful fall day, and I thought, why don't I do a video in regards to why you should try something new in your life? For me in 2018, I've had a rough year, and rock climbing was one of those things that was a very new adventure to me. I'm naturally an athletic person, and so I grasped the concepts of rock climbing fairly easily. However, it did really challenge me to push myself, especially within some physical and mental boundaries. Rock climbing is very similar as yoga, in my opinion, from my experience, because what you learn in yoga and what you can achieve on the mat, you can achieve in life. And rock climbing to me was pretty much the same thing. So for example, when you look at the wall, you have something called a beta, which is a problem that you have to solve in order to figure out how to climb on the wall. And when you continuously do that, you're training your brain to think about how can you accomplish this problem. And so I really found that rock climbing was very symbolic to me to overcome a lot of the obstacles and challenges in life. So I really encourage you to try something new in your life. I mean, obviously it doesn't have to be rock climbing, whether it would be an artistic pursuit, or maybe you're sedentary and you just want to take a nature walk, or be able, if you're obese, maybe you just want to be able to take a walk outside without gasping for air and being out of breath. And so I really encourage everybody to try something new in their life, because it gets you out of your comfort zone and it pushes you to a new level of thinking. It pushes your body to do something new or different, especially if it's an athletic pursuit. Obviously, like doing a puzzle at home, there's really no physical needs necessary to do that. But I think a lot of times when you do a lot of new things, you're just living your life, which is helping you enhance your spiritual well-being. And I think that's one of the biggest things that's we're suffering from today, is just a lot of this lack of vibrancy and the ability to live our life. And when you are constantly working all the time or constantly sick and tired, you're not going to be feeling very fulfilled, and your spirit and your soul is going to be very depleted. I mean, the human body can only handle so much working 50, 60, 70, 80-hour weeks until adverse health effects come into your life, or until you just kind of crash and crumble. Years ago, when I was a director at the City of Linwood Recreation Center, I actually met a man from Israel. I met him around the same time that my uncle committed suicide, and what was very interesting and fascinating about him was that he looked really similar to my uncle, like physically. And I think some of our conversations, they were both Aries. I'm really into astrology, but they both had a lot of similar mannerisms that reminded me of each other. So it was really interesting how he entered my life at this time that I lost my uncle due to suicide. And he attended my yoga class, and when I met him, he was on this new challenge in his life that he said, hey, I really want to try something new, and so I'm going to do something new every day for 100 days. And actually the day I met him, I think, was day 3 in his challenge, and he never did a yoga class in his life. So he decided to try a yoga class, and he became a regular attendee because of that, and we became friends because he had interests in different like spiritual theories and such. So at the end of his experience, he really changed. I mean, it's not like he went through a dramatic life transformation, because he was a pretty sound human being when he started this. But he just felt alive. He felt vibrant. He just felt like he could do anything, which obviously we can't do everything and anything in our life. But some of the stuff that he tried was just new types of food. Like, he never tried a certain type of vegetable cooked a certain way, and so he did that. Or he never tried a certain type of cafe or restaurant. So not everything had to do with actual physical movement or challenging and demanding things like climbing a mountain, but there really is something very transformative that happens to us when we do something new, especially when we exit our comfort zone. It's not easy the first 1 or 2 times when you do something, but the more you do it, the easier it gets, especially if you're trying to make more friends. You know, now that I've had to adapt to the single life in 2018, it was really nerve-wracking for me to go back into social scenes where I actually had to be the more social human, because my ex-husband was a little bit more, we were both outgoing people, but he was the one that was very much more able to approach people more comfortably than me. So, you know, it's like when you kind of jump into the deep end of the pool and put yourself into a new situation, it's kind of cool. It kind of changes you. So that's just an example in my life, and that was just an example of one client that I've worked with, but I really encourage you to try something new. It could be a new type of coffee drink. It could be reading a book. It could be anything that you want to try that is new, whether it's a restaurant, a new physical form of exercise, maybe it's attending a new church or reading a book on spirituality. Just do something new. I mean, fall and winter season is coming up. People are indoors a lot more. They generally don't feel that good about themselves anyways, because a lot of people, I feel like when you're anxious or depressed or when things aren't going in your life, if you're not mentally sound, seasonal affective disorder, the SAD, disease can actually affect you a lot more than other people who kind of block out what the weather is doing and how it affects their life. So I say try something new this fall and winter and just see how that experience goes. All right, that is just some quick thoughts, a quick video today. I was just inspired from a really nice rock climbing session because I tried a couple new problems that were harder than what I can do. I tried a couple V4s, which, you know, if you know anything about rock climbing, that's not horribly challenging, but it is challenging. V0, V1, and V2 is pretty achievable. Once you start getting to like V4s, that's when you start needing more technical skills. So I felt inspired. I would like to inspire you to do something new. Please subscribe below, help me build this channel. And if you've done anything new in your life recently, I would love to hear how it affected or changed your life. All right, see you guys in the next video. Bye.